Yo, what's up, peeps? Mood 616, and I'm in the top 10 groups, my favorite 25 hip-hop groups of all time. And at number 10 is The Roots. Now, I think the top 10, a lot of people know what's coming in this top 10, so... But anyways, The Roots are at number 10. Debut album, 1993. This album is always makes me laugh. It's like, you can tell it's totally not the most mature album in the world, but at the same time, you can tell that they're already growing in throughout this record. I think the session on this record, it's like almost 13 minutes long, that posse cut. It's dope, man. I love those old posse cuts, man. They don't get enough love, but really dope. I think it's a cool debut record, you know. Live instruments, 93 was fucking cool. I mean, The Roots today are still fucking cool, you know. Even though that they're on Jimmy Fallon, I like Jimmy Fallon, but I'll never forget when I found out The Roots were going to be the house band. I didn't even fucking, people were texting me everywhere. They're like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I honestly didn't know what to think of it, because The Roots have always been one of my favorite groups of all time, and now they're going to be on TV and everyone's going to know them. And, I mean, people have known The Roots for a long time, but not your goddamn parents. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't really watch a lot of TV anyways, but thank God. But yeah, so anyways, Organics, The Roots' first album. Pass the Popcorn, fucking love that track, man. I mean, it's an essential Roots track, man. It's the start of their career. You gotta love that shit, man. It really set the stage for what was about to come. All the greatness that The Roots did, man. This was really you know, they laid the foundation for a great career with this record. I think it's really underrated. I mean, a lot of people don't necessarily give this record a lot of chance because, you know, it's their debut record and it was very low-key, didn't really get a lot of play or nothing, but I don't know, it's worth it for Pass the Popcorn in the session alone. Fucking cool in my opinion. Then onto their sophomore record, Do You Want More? I fucking love this record, man. I absolutely love this record so much. It's always a toss-up between this record and Illadelph Half-Life for my favorite record. This one always kind of gets the edge a little bit because it did come before Illadelph Half-Life, so I bumped the shit out of this record for so fucking long. It was just the vibe of this record was amazing. I love the live instruments. You could tell right away it was just so real and so hip-hop. I love the fact of the live beatboxing by Rhinology on it. Was really fucking cool. Just the whole like silent treatment, man. Every time I hear that song, it just blows me away, man. It's just so kind of ahead of its time for '94. I mean, nobody was doing shit like this in '94. Proceed. I couldn't even tell you how many. I get goosebumps even thinking about how fucking dope that is. Distortion is Static, Mellow My Man, Remain Calm. Do You Want More is sick, man. What Goes On Part 7. This album's just full of ridiculous songs, man. The Lesson Part 1 is sick, man. You know, Question versus Rizal, you know, shit like that, man. Like, those are the tracks that really make this a great hip-hop record, man. You know, you got fucking Questlove versus Rizal. It's fucking cool, man. You know, beatboxing and live drums. Well, like, how fucking cool is that? Love the cover art, too. Always been a big fan of this cover art. Highly recommend it. You know, a lot of people might disagree. I mean, like I said, it's always a toss-up. One day I'll like this album more than Illadelph Half-Life, which you can hear in the background. I'm actually playing that one. Just for the simple fact I actually played Distortion and Static on my radio show on last Sunday, so. But anyways, Do You Want More? I actually have the other one over here. My bad for not bringing it. The third record, Illadelph Half-Life. I mean, most people say this is probably the Roots' best album. This is, I mean, maybe they don't. I don't know. I've heard a lot of my buddies think this is the best one. Things Fall Apart, which comes next. A lot of people say that's the best record. I don't know. It's all for debate. It's personal, right? It's all personal. I think this album is just like almost the epitome of hip hop, man. This is hip hop at its best. It really is. You know, I mean, I think I might actually like this album more than Do You Want More, but it's hard. Like I said, I'm always a sucker for albums that come first. But I mean, the album starts with such a bang with Respond and React. I fucking love that track. It's a great track. It's totally underrated. This album is just full of ridiculous songs. Concerto the Desperado. I remember the first time I heard that song, I was just like, what an elevation of sound for the Roots from the first 2 records to do a song like that. And then Clones, holy fuck. I couldn't even tell you how many times I played that either on radio shows or played it, put on mixtapes and shit like that. Clones, oh my god, Episode's sick. Just Don't Stop, Panic, Section, The Hypnotic, fucking, man, this album is just what they do. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. There's so many good tracks on here. Ill-Del Half-Life, it's a bona fide classic. What do I say? You know, one of the best hip-hop albums ever, in my opinion. Next up, Things Fall Apart, The Roots. This album took me a long time. Like, I liked it when it came out. It had a different feel. It was a little more, maybe not R&B-ish, but I don't know. Maybe it was just the lead song You Got Me with Erykah Badu. I heard that song so many times when it first came out that it kind of threw me off the album a little bit. I just always found myself skipping a track, and I never found myself skipping any songs in the first 2 records. And I always found myself skipping that one. But, I mean, it doesn't take away from the album. You know, this album's really fucking dope. You know, like, I mean, what can I say, man? Everything, without a doubt, The Next Movement, fucking Stepping Around, Dynamite. Fuck, there's great tracks on here, man. Like, it's an awesome record. It's like I said, it's got a different feel than Ill-Del Half-Life. You can tell this is where they were trying to start new things, you know, for the future and stuff, which is cool. It's a great record, though. It's definitely a must-own. I'm assuming these are in order. This is the Roots Come Alive live album. I generally don't like live albums a whole lot. I think this is actually one of the best ones I've ever heard. I really like the Boogie Down Productions live album too, which I actually don't own. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of them to buy them, but I do like this one though. I think it's pretty cool. It's just a live record. It's definitely a must own if you're a Roots fan. On to Rhinology. Now this album right here is completely when the no, wait a minute, I don't even think that is next. Yeah, it is. Okay. Rhinology, I can't remember the order. Shit, man. When the C 2.0 came out, fuck, I was like, I didn't actually really like that song that much when it first came out, and it really grew on me because I kept hearing it everywhere I went and stuff. I don't know, and then I heard Break You Off. I like that track, you know. There's a Sacrifice on here, it's really good. This is probably one of my least played albums though, I gotta admit. I even played The Tipping Point more than this album, which a lot of people don't even like The Tipping Point. I didn't like it first either, but I really grew on me over the years. Rhinology, you know, there's some really good songs in here though. I think Complexity is really cool too. I just can't remember the song titles that well. But yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, every Roots album is worth owning. It does have salvageable tracks if you don't entirely like the record. Next to Tipping Point. Now this album right here was fucking way different, man. Like Rhinology was on a different kind of, you know, it had some weird vibes to it. Now this album was more like almost electronic and stuff. Like Don't Say Nothing, I think it was the first single off here. It had this really kind of electronic feel to it, and it kind of off-put a lot of people, I think. And I think this album didn't do as well just for that lead single. You know, the funny thing is I like Guns Are Drawn on this album. I like Boom. I Don't Care is pretty good. Like the very first track on the record, like Star, you know, and the Pointro and stuff. I think it's actually pretty good, like the beginning of the record, but it's got a weird feel. I don't know, man. If you're a big Roots fan, definitely check it out. But I don't know. It's okay. Next up, we got the Homegrown Volume 1 and Volume 2. Now these are actually worth owning. They've got some pretty good, yeah, Volume 1, Volume 2. I do like the Source and Static mix on here. You know, it's basically greatest hits plus a bunch of like kind of remixes and stuff, revisited tracks and stuff. Some live spots on here and stuff. It's got the Proceed 2 on here, which is really short. But yeah, you know, it's got like the Hypnotic with D'Angelo, the Lessons on here. Yeah, it's got Double Trouble with Most Def, which is cool. But these are definitely worth having. I recommend them. Next up is the Game Theory. Fuck, I forgot the album title for a minute. fuck, now, this album, when it first came out, I found was getting a lot of mixed reviews for some fucked up reason, but when I listened to it, the first time I listened to it, I was absolutely fucking blown away by this record. I thought it was fantastic, man. Fucking fantastic. Malik B on here, I thought it was sick, man. On Game Theory, man, oh shit, this whole record's fucking dope, man. Here I Come with Dice Raw, back on doing stuff with the Roots, which is cool. Oh man, this whole record, Don't Feel Right, fucking cool, man. False Media, Take It There. Living in a New World, Can't Stop This. Like, there's fucking dope track. I think, is it the hidden track on here? The Dilla dedication song. But yeah, it's fucking, this is a great record. One of the best newer released Roots albums in my opinion, but yeah, that's Game Theory, and I think it's fucking awesome. It's a great record. Rising Down. Now this album right here, it's almost kind of hard to say. Like, at first I wasn't really blown away by this at all, and then I listened to it a couple more times and just fucking loved it, man. Love this record too. I think these are two really dope back-to-back records. This is kind of like the new version of the Roots. Like, these back-to-back records are not equivalent to Do You Want More and Illidale Pathlight, but for back-to-back dope records, it's kind of like the same thing to me. This album's got fucking Malik B all over it, Dice Raw and shit like that, which is nice to see them back doing stuff with the Roots because they were members. Yeah, I love this show, man. 75 bars on here, man. I fucking love that track, man. It's just Black Thought ripping it. It's so sick. Rising Down with Most Def Styles P. I'm not the biggest Styles P fan, but I do like that track. Get Busy with Dice Raw, fucking, and PDP on there. It's fucking sick. Rising Down, Rising Up. Lost Desire with Malik B and Talib Kweli. Yeah, it's a great record, man. Definitely another must. Yeah, and then we got How I Got Over. This record right here. You know, the Roots are always doing something, man. They're always doing something. I enjoyed this record. And like, I think a lot of people were kind of whatever about it. You know, fuck the other people, right? I think this album's really dope, man. I like The Fireman with fucking John Legend. I thought that track was fucking sick, man. Radio Days is dope. Dear God, Walk Alone. What else was good? 2020? I can't remember. I think this was another really good record, man. You know, the Roots, they just kind of kept that same kind of vibe going, I thought, through these last like 3 records. And then they came to the Ive Done, which now this album, it's still kind of growing on me. The thing about this record that annoys me is that it's short. It's too short. It feels short when you listen to it. You know, it's not overpowering with the tracks, but I do, you know, it's kind of weird. Like, big crits on this record, man. I think that song's actually pretty dope, but if I had one complaint about this record, it's a little short. You know, maybe it almost feels like it has filler in it. I don't know. It's dope. A lot of people fucking love this record. They think it's, you know, one of the best of last year. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't make I had already done my top 25 list, I think, before this album came out in December or whatever, but I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out, man, if you're a Roots fan. It's one album that I listened to a bunch of times, and it kind of broke that, you know, that whole melody for the last few Roots albums for me. I thought the last few were really good, but, you know, the Roots overall have pretty much an amazing discography. I mean, one of the most solid groups of all time. Like, how many groups have that many dope records, you know? And not like, they don't have any like complete bombs, in my opinion. Rhinology is probably one of my least favorite records, but that's just me. And yeah, so that's the Roots, number 10, Mood 616. Signing off. Thanks for watching. Peace.